Warning: Entertainment Banter uses language that might be inappropriate for some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. This means you, children.
Welcome back to another evening of sensual entertainment of bantering. My name is Joel.
And I'm Matt.
And we're going to take you on this journey.
I'm worried about this journey.
We're going to talk about porn stars that... No, we're not.
That's good because I don't know any.
We could. I don't know any either. I mean, the blonde one and maybe the... anyway.
There was that one that took their clothes off.
Hey, so I just downloaded Dexter's Laboratory. We'll watch that later.
They're so ridiculous. You're still hung up on the last one.
I know.
Okay.
So so Matt and I recently, and I say recently, I mean within the last almost 6 months.
Everything that we do is like way behind.
It's always recent. We watched Kazam, right?
What? No, I did not.
We watched Kazam together, remember?
I did not. Did we? I must have blocked it from my mind.
You're joking.
Kazam?
We watched
Or
Kazam.
Shazam. Kazam. I thought you said... I thought Shazam.
We did not
You're
see
right.
Shazam, which is coming
You're right.
out
We
soon.
did watch Kazam. You're
By
right.
the time this
okay.
releases, Shazam will be on DVD. But we watched Kazam.
Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, dear God, yes. Okay, all right.
And so then we got this idea that if Shaquille O'Neal shouldn't act, because God, he should not act.
He is
he acts as well as he does free throws.
Player, a former basketball player.
Yeah, what does he do now? Is he like
he does
Magic Johnson?
I actually enjoy
food services.
Well, he might be. I don't know, but I know he does for TNT. He does the playoffs. I always watch him and Charles Barkley banter with Kevin.
Banter. He said it. The word banter.
Banter. But those three crack me up. And there's actually someone else there, and I forget his name, but but those guys always crack me up during playoffs.
So Kazam, you blacked out your memory. I mean, even the kid was an horrible. I mean, the whole movie was bad. The kid was a bad actor too, but
right. Wait, what's the subject matter? What are we talking about?
Celebrities that shouldn't. Celebrities shouldn't act. I mean, we're gonna go down that. Like, which celebrities? Like celebrities that should never be actors.
Okay, that's today's theme.
Actors are celebrities, but we're talking about celebrities that aren't performers and that
aren't actors.
Correct.
So,
we're talking
basketball players should not be acting.
Michael Jordan. Athletes should not be actors. How about that?
All right. Okay.
I mean, so you got Shaquille O'Neal, and then you got Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan did Space Jam, but Space Jam was good. Was it
Space Jam? It was Space Jam.
Well, what else would Michael Jordan be in?
No, you're right. I just got confused, but yes, it's Space Jam. Okay.
Isn't that kind of funny, though? Actors can be athletes in movies, but athletes cannot be actors.
But they're not... It's not like Michael Jordan's trying to play Martin Luther King.
He was trying to play himself, and it was still bad.
Right.
I mean, what was Shaquille O'Neal playing? What was he playing?
Wasn't he playing a genie?
Trying to. I don't know.
I'll be honest with you. I had never seen that movie till we watched together.
Really?
And that's
awful.
Well, when it came out, I knew it was bad. So it just reminded me of why I thought it was bad. So, how old were you when that movie came out? Because I think we have a little age difference. I don't know. Like the 90s, maybe?
Ooh, that is...
I feel like it was in the 90s.
Probably around 10. Maybe 10, 11, maybe 9.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up in the 90s, more or less. I was already walking and talking by the 90s.
Okay, but was that one of your favorite movies? Oh, you know...
Did you just say it was one of my favorite movies? No.
I don't know, was it?
No.
You know how, what kid doesn't want to?
Movies. What kid doesn't want to think they're gonna find some boombox or a lamp that's gonna have a genie in it, and you're gonna get 3 magical wishes?
The fact that you just said a boombox is gonna hold a genie just shows how terrible that movie really is.
Yeah, why was he in a boombox?
I don't know. I don't care. I'm moving on. You probably didn't. You're probably too young, but there's movies like Suburban Commando where there's like. Hollywood Hulk Hogan was one of the stars in that. Yeah.
So wrestlers shouldn't be actors either.
Wrestler.
But then you
No, I don't want to
have
get beat up by a wrestler, but aren't wrestlers actors?
they're stunt performers.
Oh, they're stunt performers.
I mean,
Okay.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson is doing a very, very good job at being an actor.
Yeah,
He is.
he broke through. He broke through the lines.
He broke the mold.
Yeah. That's going against what we're supposed to be talking about here. We're
Right,
talking about
right.
people that should not be. What about actors that shouldn't be actors?
Are we going to bust in like Paul Walker should never have been an actor? Or
Dang.
Hayden Christensen should not have been an actor?
Ow.
Or
man.
are these actors that just haven't found their part? Like Keanu Reeves was not that good. I mean, he played.
How is it
stupid
every
people.
time people talk about bad actors, they mention
Keanu
that
Reeves
name?
comes up?
Yes.
But then you say John Wick, and everyone goes, "That's a role he was meant to play."
Yeah. Well, you know what? Just like a good wine, over time, it ages and gets better. I mean, I don't know.
You know what I heard recently?
What's up?
That Will Smith had the offer to be Neo in Matrix before Keanu, and if he was going to be Neo, that means Lawrence Fishburne, Morpheus,
Fishburne.
was
Yeah.
not going to be black. So they're going to have Neo. Whatever
Why
Neo was going to
would that-
be, they were going to
Why
do the
would that
opposite
make a
for him.
difference?
I don't know.
would that
Whatever
make a
they
difference?
wanted to do the contrast that way. So when Will Smith got the offer, he wasn't in. Lawrence was not in the run for Morpheus at that point because they were going to choose someone white, and I forgot the actor they were going to use. But since Will Smith turned it down, they went to Keanu, and then Keanu took the role, and then they asked Lawrence. So it's kind of interesting of how our movies could be shaped differently with different actors.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
these aren't horrible. So what celebrities shouldn't be actors? I mean,
What?
the topic is
Are
celebrities.
you okay? You're talking really weird right now.
So our topic is celebrities who shouldn't be actors. So we can go after like Keanu Reeves or Paul Walker who shouldn't be an actor.
What
Well,
about
Paul Walker's dead now. Rest in peace.
That's why I was like, yeah, jeez, don't hold any punches.
I'm not.
I
Just
know.
because he's dead doesn't mean he shouldn't have been an actor. I like the tuna, no crust. Come on, man. I need some more emotion.
So ridiculous. All right, so what about Jackie Chan, man? What do you think about him?
Oh.
That guy's amazing.
He's
think.
a performer. Absolutely, he's a performer.
I love his movies. The fact that he has taken the time to learn so many languages alone just impresses me.
I think acting. I think he's a good actor. I think if you look at his facial expressions, how he is, I don't know if he could ever do a dramatic role.
No, I
But
don't
for
think so.
his comedic, serious roles or action scenes, he does very good. He hasn't done one in a very long time.
Well, I'll say like Rush Hour is a comedy in my book. It's an action comedy, but it's mostly comedy. It's kind of like the old Beverly Hills Cop kind of thing.
Yeah,
But
Chris
that's
Tucker was
kind of a
great.
serious role. That's kind of like a serious role.
Yeah,
you know.
and Chris Tucker, you never see him do any kind of real movies. Like they actually did an interview with him. I think it was Playboy. When I used to get that literature to my home.
Okay.
So
the
they
artist.
asked him like, "Do you want to act more?" And he said, "Because we don't really see Chris Tucker in film or anything." He just
I feel
did.
like
He just recently did a stand-up special, I think, right?
Yeah, on
But he-
Netflix. I feel like we talked about him before, where you mentioned he purposely is selective of what he does.
Yeah,
he doesn't feel the need to
I
do
guess
it.
we did talk about it. He didn't want to do it. So I think that it shows good character. Not like Samuel L. Jackson, who's in every damn movie.
You know what? I like me, my Sam. I like Sam.
I do like my Sam. Sam I am. I think Sam should act forever. Like he's in some good roles. I feel like he likes acting so much. I don't think he takes the big pay cuts that a lot of these actors do, and that's why he's in so many movies. Be like, oh, you can get Sam Jackson. He's good. He's like that actor that you can count on, and he only goes, oh, he's only $500,000 an hour. Let's get him. Fuck these other actors who are going to be charging $25 million a picture.
Right. You know, you got me thinking, and it's kind of weird, but it's not necessarily they're bad actors, but overhyped actors.
Overhyped actors.
Yeah,
Ooh.
like for example, I was thinking like Tom Hanks. I think he's way overhyped.
You don't like
way
Tom
overhyped.
Hanks?
I'm not saying I don't like him or any of his movies. I just feel like he plays himself in all his movies. So
You're supposed
to me,
to play
it's not.
yourself.
No, 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 no. Some people really go out of their element to try to be something they're not. What ends up happening is you get typecast, and then it's just that's how it is. But back in the day, everybody wants to try to be something they're not, but ends up just being themselves because that's what people
Very interesting.
typecast them as.
Very
And so for me, like Saving Private Ryan, it's a great movie, right?
great
I enjoy
movie.
the movie,
Forrest
but
Gump.
so see, there's a perfect example. Forrest Gump is not Saving Private
Never
Ryan. That's
go
that's
full
one of those
retard.
times where he plays somebody differently. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
different.
Yeah.
But if you were to put Castaway and Saving Private Ryan, in my book, it's the same acting style. And I haven't seen the Da Vinci Code movies, but like you know what I mean? It just doesn't feel
Well,
like he's stretching.
talking about actors that play themselves in every movie, you got Denzel Washington. I've never
Exactly.
seen him do anything beyond like this serious kind of role he does.
Right.
Or you got Nick Cage, who never plays anything beyond what he is.
Right. Right. I would say Harrison Ford's the same way too, except I loved him. I like seeing him in doing these weird things, like in Anchorman 2, where he plays a werewolf. Like
Oh
to
my
me, that's
god, he
kind of
was in
funny.
that.
Yeah, yeah. To me, so when an actor that's well known steps out and does something ridiculous or stupid, I always appreciate that. And Anchorman is a perfect example because even Will Smith looked different but funny.
He was in
It
that
was
movie too.
yeah, yeah.
Oh
He
wow,
plays like the ESPN kind of like sportscaster,
I didn't
and
know
I
that.
thought that like I appreciated him being in that like that. I thought
Well,
that was kind of funny.
when I watched Tropic Thunder, and
Yes,
a lot of the some A-list actors are in that, and Tom Cruise was in it, and I didn't know where he was
right,
at, and then I didn't realize when I was watching, and then he's the fat producer,
right.
and
I recognized him right
I
away.
didn't. As I'm like, who is that? I leaned over to my friend, I'm like, who is that? And he's
Yeah,
like, it's Tom Cruise. I'm like, that's motherfucking Tom Cruise.
right, right.
It was so I thought that was a good breakaway from his character. And Johnny Depp, you can never, if you're not really looking for his eyes, it's really hard to tell who he is in each movie.
Really, you think so?
I think in some movies you're like, wait, Johnny Depp was in that movie? Like, what role? What is he playing? Sometimes you recognize him right off the bat. Other times, you're like, Pirates 2? Was that Johnny Depp? No, I'm just joking. You definitely knew
I'll.
that was Johnny Depp.
You know what? You're right. I would say Johnny Depp is. This is way off subject in a way, but Johnny Depp is pretty diverse. He does play a lot of wacky, weird roles,
He
but
does.
Jack Sparrow, and then is different from Black Mask. You know what I mean? Where he plays a mafia. You know what I
When he
mean? Like
does
it's
those interviews, like on the talk shows and everything, he's got no personality. I think the more diverse you are on screen, the less you are interesting in real life.
well, he's also had a lot of personal issues lately.
Oh yeah. But I haven't heard anything like what he's done or what he hasn't done or who he hasn't done or who.
Right. So let's list other people like people that do movies. You're just like, oh god, I don't want to see that.
Like you see him in the movie and you're like,
Right,
I'll
because we're
pass.
talking about actors that shouldn't be actors, right?
Right. You're like, I'm gonna think about that. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not gonna go see that.
I don't like John Cusack. I'm gonna say it right now.
God, who's
I've
John
never,
Cusack? What is he in?
I've never been a fan. Oh, Gross Point Blank. He's been in a lot of '80s, '90s films.
Hmm.
Kind of came and went. Um,
I'm always skeptical of seeing like everyone's like, "Oh, go see a Jet Li movie," and I never really was a fan of Jet Li movies because he's just a martial artist. I'm like, he's not really. There's no depth to his movies, so I was always
interesting.
skeptical of seeing his movies. I'll go see him sometimes, but it wasn't like a Jackie Chan movie. You're gonna be entertained the whole time.
Right.
Or
Liam Neeson's another guy that kind of plays himself all the time. He's like
It's true,
a weird version of Harrison
but
Ford.
he's great though. I like
Yeah.
watching his movies. I like watching Denzel movies for crying out loud.
Uh,
You're gonna get some kind of interesting movie, like some last minute heroism and all that.
right. I was trying to think of Pauly Shore.
Pauly
Do you remember that?
Shore.
Like,
I mean, he's a
he,
joke of Hollywood.
yeah,
Like
he was a
people mention
popular
him.
guy in the
He
'90s,
was,
though.
and nobody. But the thing is, someone mentioned like even Family Guy made fun of him. Like, and he rented a movie with, and who was in the movie? Pauly Shore. Pauly Shore, and then everyone, the jury's like, oh my god, oh my god, piece of carrots, piece of carrots, piece of carrots. Because Pauly Shore is just who watches Pauly Shore? Wasn't he like in
Yeah.
what was it in the what movie was it?
I honestly don't know. I mean,
The Dome or whatever, or like
Biodome,
Biodome, wasn't he in that?
maybe. I don't know. I the only
Gross.
like in the army now is the only one I
Even
remember.
Futurama made fun of him.
Yeah. So, can you think of anybody more recently in modern times that like
Shouldn't be acting.
yeah, I mean, or you see, like, you know how like actors they get on their role, like they get cast and everything. Like Chris Evans is like in stuff, and
Ben Affleck.
Helmsworth, Ben Affleck.
He ruined
Ah,
Batman.
you know what's interesting is Matt Damon. People are gonna hate me for this, but
Matt Damon.
like, if they do another Bourne movie, like
they're
Born
just doing
Again,
it's just Mission Impossible. It's just like a different.
Born on the 4th of July.
Oh
I mean,
my
like,
God.
how many times are they gonna
What
do
about
a
Mission
Bourne
Impossible?
movie?
Welcome to Mission Impossible
Bored me to
38.
death. It's just like in that last one where they did the trailer where it shows him just slowly walk up and punch this big guy in the face once and he goes down. I'm just like, wow, did that boost your ego? I mean, like, seriously, there's no way in hell that would
Oh my
happen in real
God.
life.
I think
You know
it's
what I mean?
funny because they did a promo for the new Bourne movie that's coming out or whatever. Is it not? Is there one coming out? I believe there's one.
I hope not. I really
They were
hope
doing a
not.
promo and they were trying to. They had cameras set up everywhere in this park
Yeah.
in New York or some busy city, and they had plants out there to trigger something, and he was acting like it was a Bourne mission, and this person would walk by, a person drop their phone and goes, "The phone's for you," and then they'd walk
Oh
away.
yes,
Like, what is
yes.
this?
It was a little gimmick.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
thought it was really funny. And like the ones who actually listened and got there, they're going to go to the premiere and they get to go with with Matt Damon. And I
Right,
thought it was funny
gotcha.
when he's on the video and he's talking to the girl on the phone and he's like, "All right, you see that person right next to you? Tell them they look nice today." And he goes, "You look nice today." And he goes, "That wasn't part of the mission. Just sometimes it's nice to compliment someone." And the girl's like, "Well, she liked it. It's good. You should compliment people every so often." And
That's
then he goes,
funny.
"All right, with the mission at hand." And then when he finally gets the people to meet him and they go, "Oh, it's Matt Damon," and he goes, "For the record, you should never take a phone like that and do what you just did."
Right, that's funny.
So it's really funny.
I always do appreciate it when they do the fun publicity gimmicks like that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, and I don't have anything against Matt Damon. I just have
done with the
something
movie?
against.
You just done with the
I just have a problem with a movie that was
Beep.
good and that Hollywood just wants to beat it to death. Fast and the Furious forever. This time they're in space.
Well,
You know,
no,
like,
now they're doing. It's not even
you know what
Fast
I
and
mean?
Furious. It's a spin-off. It's Hobbs and
Exactly.
the other guy.
It's like
I thought they
they
shouldn't
just
name him Calvin.
beat
Calvin
the
and
living
Hobbs.
shit out of
How
it.
funny
You know
would
what I
that
mean?
be?
Like I can't do it. Like that's like Indiana Jones. They waited too long. You know, dun, 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 dun. I just picture him in a
Could you
wheelchair.
imagine,
Dun, dun, dun,
if they had this
dun, dun, dun,
mentality back
dun.
then? We'd have 18 versions of Indiana Jones right now. I'm sure
Yeah,
of it. There's no
you know
way.
what I mean? It's
Shia
like that.
LaBeouf.
Oh my God! Yes, thank
I was
you.
just thinking
No.
like Indiana Jones and
Oh,
Transformers. Shia
I just got a
LaBeouf.
terrible. Yes, I knew there was somebody I was forgetting. I just got a terrible shiver down my spine when you said that.
He ruined your
Yeah.
franchise.
You know what?
I mean,
They cast him. You know what I mean? They cast
did.
him.
I mean, he has his moments like in Holes. He did Holes. I liked Holes because I read that book. It
Well,
a
that
good
was
movie.
back when he was Disney. Look,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
thing
yeah.
is like, I
Isn't
didn't have a problem
Transformers
with him in the
Disney again?
first Transformers because it was
Isn't
kind of written
Transformers? Oh, that's
kind of
Universal.
funny. Yeah, but it just his style got old and like, Indiana Jones. I don't know. It was a terrible casting choice.
Failed. Like he was
Terrible
supposed to take the
casting
mantle
choice.
and didn't happen, huh?
Well, it's not even that. It's just like he's supposed to be a greaser, which I get. He might look like the part, but I don't believe his toughness. And then
Right.
there's some greaser that's supposed to be a tough guy, but he's still smart and does fencing. I'm just like, what? Like, I just it doesn't make sense. The character, maybe it's the way they wrote the character, but the character was fucking.
And then he
stupid.
went off the rocker and wearing paper bags to the Academy Awards and
Yeah, well, that's how they operate in Hollywood these days. Lady Gaga comes out of a big egg. Whatever.
oh my god,
It's their thing.
I don't even know. There's probably a couple others I wouldn't go see, but since we're so flooded with, I'm gonna say the word, Marvel movies. It's hard to say who you won't go see in the theater right now because I don't know.
We didn't mention any women.
Each box office is a freaking Marvel movie. Oh, I don't see it. Anytime the woman's the main character, I don't see it.
You are such a white sexist man. Yeah.
What is there a movie like that? A woman, a bad actress. Name a bad actress you don't go see because you're just not a fan. Oh, like what's her name from The Princess Bride? The comedian, the fat girl, the British. I'm annoyed by her voice.
Princess Bride,
not Princess Bride. Bridesmaids.
Oh.
She's in a new movie with Anne Hathaway.
Sorry, I did not see Bridesmaids.
I'm just not a fan of her. Like when I see her, I'm like, ugh, I'm not.
Did you say she's British?
Yeah. And then there's also Melissa McCartney. I'm not a fan. Like when I see her in a movie, I'm like, I'm not really into it.
Yeah, no, but I will say I kind of appreciate humor, so I prefer her over some others for sure.
For sure,
So.
and some of the movies I'll go see, and especially if the woman I'm with wants to go see it, I'm not gonna go. No, I'm a movie buff. I'm down to go see the movie, and I will criticize it and probably talk to Matt about it later.
Yep, exactly. That's what we do.
But any other women out there?
Yeah, I feel like we haven't said a lot. There's got to be so many out there that we just can't even. Maybe we've blocked them from our minds so much
sometimes
that
they're
we
just so bad. You're like, ugh.
Yeah, no, I know. Or like actors that are washed up and just don't even try anymore. You know, like no one wants to see you. Like I'll be honest with you, like I was kind of surprised that Julia Roberts got that thing on. Is it Prime or Hulu? I can't remember. But she's got a show now, and part of me's like, good for her. She's making a comeback.
Interesting.
But at the same time, I was like, she had her day in the sun. I'm kind of, I'm over Julia Roberts. You know what I mean?
Interesting. What about
Like back in the day, I'd be like, oh, Julia Roberts movie. Sandra Bullock's kind of the same way.
They're just getting out of their prime, and maybe they'll get the older movie parts. You know, like.
Isn't it funny how like a lot of A-list actors are now that gave up Hollywood and they're focusing on TV shows that are all these online streaming.
That's the biggest thing now, like to get on these like, you know, Game of Thrones or Walking Dead. Like these are like shows people are trying to get on because it's like they go for so long and you evolve as a character. So not only do you start out as one character, you have to evolve this character. You're not just reading and you're almost probably. I guarantee most of these actors are involved in the creation of these characters now because they're so.
I'm sure.
In depth and so more like 5-dimensional that you get a movie, you get a script, you're like, all right, well, and that's why you see you see like 33 Bourne movies because now he's evolving the character more and more, and the movie.
But at that point, it should have been a TV show.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Like maybe
that's just Hollywood getting greedy, and they have no actors to do that draw people to the box office.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why Tom Cruise. I mean, is it really a stretch between Jack Reacher and Mission Impossible? You know what I mean? Like, it's the same shit.
Right.
And that's all they have to go on. But, you know, like if Tom Cruise was doing like a version of, like his own version of Austin Powers while doing Mission Impossible, at least that would be a little different.
We haven't seen Mike Myers in a long time, haven't we?
No, he's probably chilling out for a little bit, enjoying the good life.
If that's I'm gonna say it's a good time to stop on this.
Okay, sounds good to me.
We shouldn't.
So, nah, we're done. I don't even know if we even accomplished our mission on this one. But thank you for listening to Entertainment Banter. As always, I am Matt.
And my name is Joel. And I am done.
We got you covered. Another one is up next.